Good day, everyone. Today is 2 p.m. Eastern Time, December, Tuesday. We have a disclosure here. This is your NTH swing trading, and the NTH swing trading is based on start the auto trade when the market's open, whether you are in Europe for the DAX or in USA when the US market is open at 9:30. The whole idea about this auto trade, no optimization, stop loss, trailing stop, target, you don't have to deal any of that. When you start your Ninja Trader in the morning, if there is any update, you will get it through our server to your computer if there's any update, and if there is no update, then you can start auto trade from your computer, not from our server, but the updates comes from us. This is the idea of not going in the market day and night. Just start the auto trade, no tweaking, no optimization, turn on, turn off, and you can set it up for $500 a day minimum. And if the market is trending, we're gonna nail it. If the market is moving, we are nailing. Today, and this is the whole idea, it's not all of them the same, but this is the whole idea, is taking one trade, call it off for today. And on the DAX, of course, we start, let me look here. The first trade on the DAX was at 4:42 a.m. Eastern Time, and we were done by 6:11 and nailed on one trade 32.35, and let's say there is one ticket slippage, and then the commission to your broker, and then the rest is yours. One trade is over. If you look at the previous video from yesterday and Friday, is the same time frame, is the minute. This is where most of the auto traders try to hide away from the 1 minute, because if your auto trade doesn't work on 1 minute, it's useless. This is the 1 minute, and I'm keeping it on the top left here because for the last, on a Friday, made little over 2,000. I think it was one or two trade. Yesterday, one trade 600, and today one trade 1,000. So Friday, Monday, and Tuesday nailed a little over 4,000 euro on around 4 trades, if not mistaken, or 5 trades. But you can look at the video, the previous video from yesterday and from the Friday, and you will find that the DAX nailed 4,000 euro on 4 trades. And this is the whole idea, not sit down and trade the whole day. At 9:30, if this market is moving, we are nailing it. As an example, today we were we have a webinar today, and this one here we were running in the room, the Nasdaq. Sorry about that. And we were running this one in the room today, and we normally start the webinar around 9 o'clock. It hit the target at the Globex. We reload it. How you do that? You just right click and you reload it. If you wanted to go for one more round or not, it's up to you, but we try to be conservative. So we reloaded at 9 o'clock when the webinar started. Usually we have webinars couple of 3 hours, sometimes as long as it needed. At 10:15 we took the first trade in the room today, and this is a 3 minutes Nasdaq, folks. One trade in the room, and we were done the webinar around 11:30, 12 o'clock. This is where we normally finished, but we closed that trade around 11. We did not close it. The auto trade closed that trade 11:45 and nailed $1,000 on one trade, on one entry. And if we look at the Nasdaq, there is really not much. We have not missed anything on the Nasdaq. So we ran the Nasdaq in the room today, and it was a nice trade. And then we ran the YM4 range also. Also, we ran the YM, and the first trade on the YM was at 932. And look at this, beautiful. We took one trade on the YM. Then we have a very small losses here. And we entered the market at 431, and we exit at 4306. This is nothing for a stop loss. And then took one trade, and we were done by, let's say, 10 o'clock. So we started at 9:30, we were done at 10 o'clock, and this is the whole idea, is not to expose yourself to the market. I have been doing this, I've been trading since early 90s, and there is nothing called trading day and night and making money. There is nothing. You have to stop somewhere, somehow, because we don't know what will happen in the afternoon. We don't know what will happen in 1 hour. Let's take an example on one more. This is the NASDAQ again. This is your 5 minutes NASDAQ. We took the first trade. The first trade was in the morning. This one was taken early in the morning with the DAX. For the early birds, or for the Europeans, or for the ones are, they like the European hours. This one here, the NASDAQ YM CL, they are an idea to work in conjunction with your DAX in the morning. They are actually the CL. They trend doing those hours when the DAX is open. So this is a one trade as an example, and for the Europeans, if you like to be with the DAX in the morning. And there we go, one trade, get it over, and all of them on a market order. So you have to be plus minus one tick on the slippage. Sometimes you don't get this one. Right now we have one trade also on the DAX, and if you notice on the DAX, this trade was from 9:30, and now it's 2:08 p.m. Eastern time, and we still on the same trade from 9:30, and right now is 437, 1400, and let's say the 37 for you, broker. So the idea not to sit down and keep trading. The idea is if this market is moving, we're staying. If this market not moving, we're getting out of there. Let's look at the DAX on the 3 minutes. This is the DAX 3 minutes. The first trade was at 6:06, and then we were done at 8:42, and this one here, $1,700 on two trades, $1,800 on two trades. And no trailing stop, no target, no optimization. We already took that job from you. Let's look at the DAX 150 ticks. One trade. The trade came in at 528, and we were done at 557 and done over with. Let's take some other market. Let's look at the ES. The last trade on the ES was 12:12, and it was done. 12:12, it was done. Beautiful, right? And this is the 1000 volume, and I have covered the volume on my previous videos. Let's look at some numbers where we all can be related. Let's look at the ES 288 ticks. I want to show you the stop loss. They are very acceptable for swing trading, the stop loss. And this one here, the first trade was at 10:57. We had one bad trade at 47.75, Look at this. We enter at 47.75 short. We exit at 48.50. You do the calculation, is only 3 ticks a stop loss, gentlemen. 3 ticks a stop loss. So don't let it scare you. The secret with the swing trading is not how much it makes, is because on the swing trading we are waiting on the market to spike or to move or to trend. The thing is, if you're swing trading with a 50 ticks a stop loss, then you're not doing anything, because it can be going wrong 1 or 2 trades. The idea is to have a small stop loss as little as possible, keeping us surviving until we catch a trend, and then we call it off. And this is the future trading. It's not just sitting and going in the circle all day long, because then you're not going to succeed with that. This is the last trade on the ES, is 46.50, and we got exit at 41.75, and this one here is at 12.10, and we were done. We walked away with 800. So on this one here, if we notice here, a little sideways on the 288 takes, actually this is not a very beautiful area here. This is not a nice area to make money with it, because it's practically one straight line, a little bumper here, but it's not enough for an auto trade. It's not enough for an auto trade. For scalping is an excellent idea, but this is not enough to auto trade, because there is not, by the time your auto trade take a trade, the market gets back. So without a doubt, this is a beautiful entry, without a doubt. And it was a beautiful exit. We did not miss anything in that trade. We took the spike of that market for today, and we dumped the rest. And this is exactly, if we notice, when the market trended, we got what we need, and we exited before it happened. And then you can see what happened here. And when the market started trending, we were already in a position, and then we exit before it happened again. And this is math. Call it whatever you want to call it, but this is math. So this is the whole idea, is take as little as possible trade, and if this market is moving, we are nailing it. If this market is not moving, then we are stopping in an hour or two, and we don't want this market to aggravate us anymore for today. So I can see on the 30-year Treasury bond now we are up to 1,500 on this one here, and that trade was at 9:30, and we're still on the same trade, one trade on the 30-year Treasury bond based on 5 minutes. So now if we look at the control panel, we still have coming out. It's 2 o'clock. I mean, we're done a long time ago. We're finished a long time ago. But the 30-year Treasury bond, this is the 1,500. We have an ES is coming out with one trade. This is one trade, 850. We have a DAX coming out with one trade at 709. And then we have the ES, another trade, and this is only trade, 450, and the NASDAQ 410, and another trade on the CL is 380. Folks, this is a very simple way. No optimization, not dealing with a trailing stop, not dealing with a target, not sitting behind your computer and being nervous. Actually, we have a lot of new beginners now. They start auto trade in this direction, and they are very, very, very pleased with what they are getting right now. And this is very important, that there is no stress. This is rather very enjoyable to auto trade, because you're looking forward to catch a trend, and it could be $200 today, or it could be $2,000 today, but at least we have doors open. And this is what I'm trying to say. We have doors open, gentlemen. Folks, I thank you very much. God bless you all, and see you all another day. Bye for now.